It is rare that two significantly different worlds collide, but sometimes they do with fun results. Science is thought of by many people as difficult and sometimes even boring, and entertainment is just that, entertaining and engaging.
But what if you could combine the two? Well, there's an event coming to the Tanger Center in downtown Greensboro that does just that. As famed astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson presents his knowledge of the universe, and tonight Bob Buckley talks to him about that in the Buckley Report.
Not everyone has a slogan they live by, but astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson indeed does.
Serving the undeniable cosmic curiosity that percolates within us all.
He did that as the host of Fox's popular Cosmos series, originally hosted by America's first space scientist celebrity, Carl Sagan.
Do you feel as if you're Carl Sagan's successor?
No one can ever fill his shoes. I don't know that you'd even want to necessarily, because then you'll be judged for how well you imitated him. Whereas all I can be is an honest version of myself.
Tyson is bringing that honest version of himself to the Tanger Center in Greensboro on November 16th.
What are folks going to see at this event?
It is odd, and I don't think it's odd that an astrophysicist is showing up in a performing arts space, such as the Tanger Center. So what I do is, I'm bringing the universe down to earth in a way that can be embraced by a curious public of any age. I will show you things that you thought you knew and understood from your earth-based view and interpretation. And then I give you first the scientific outlook on that. And then I physically elevate it into space. Then you look down and say, wow, that looks completely different. What is our understanding of our place in the universe? What is the context in which that's unfolding? The sightings of possible aliens. If they were really aliens, what would that mean? And if they were more advanced than us, are you comfortable with the idea that we're not the smartest ones out there?
Do you worry that America has given up on its space research and maybe lost its love affair with discovering what's out there?
No, I don't think that's true.
Tyson says what's happened is that the novelty wore off after 15 years of the Mercury, Gemini, and Apollo programs that ran between 1958 and 1972.
So what happened as the years went on, we lost track of who was going into space. No longer were there huge profiles on those people. And you can say to yourself, well, maybe we're losing interest. No, that is exactly what you'd expect. As space becomes routine, you don't do profiles on who goes into space. That's the whole point. Okay. And so right now you can't say who went into space this year. That's a good thing. And private enterprise is participating as well. All right. Frankly, that should have happened decades ago.
And it's Professor Tyson's job to make sure that we still have that wonderment every time we look to the heavens.
When everyone looks up, gazes into the night sky, and ponders their existence. If I did not share insights into those questions and those thoughts to the curious public, I would be irresponsible as a participating member of civilization.
You'll get your chance to hear and see those insights November 16th. Bob Buckley, Fox 8 News.
This will be Neil deGrasse Tyson's only performance in the Piedmont Triad this year, though this tour will stop in Charlotte and Durham next March.